viewing. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about curse horror movies. So what exactly is a curse movie? These are horror movies where someone becomes the main host of a supernatural affliction, faced with an impending life-threatening consequence. These films usually play out narratively with our main characters uncovering the mystery behind their curse, and if it's possible to evade their grisly end. Probably the most famous example of a curse movie is the Japanese horror film Ringu from 1998, which was also adapted for American audiences in 2002 called The Ring. See, Japanese folklore inspired Ringu's creepy premise. What happens when a vengeful spirit is trapped in a VHS tape and is cursed to haunt and murder all who watch it? See, in the movie, after you watch the videotape, you're called on the telephone and given a 7-day deadline before you're hunted down and killed by the vengeful spirit. These vengeful spirits are called the Yurei, and have been part of Japanese folklore since ancient and medieval times, where the souls of the angry dead are cursed to attack the living. See, real-life myths and legends from history have inspired this modern concept of the curse, and they have their grisly undead fingers deep in the history of cinema. See, take The Mummy from 1932, a Universal Pictures black and white horror movie, inspired by the real-life Curse of the Pharaohs, where anybody who dared tamper or pillage the graves of those pharaohs would inherit a great and powerful curse that would turn the natural world against them and inflict their families with life-threatening consequences. The black and white movie sees an archaeological expedition become the target of a ghoulish undead mummy, hell-bent on murder and evil magic. See, curse horror movies usually put our main characters up against undefeatable, near impossible odds. So why can't most horror movies be counted in this subgenre? Could any of the Nightmare on Elm Street series be counted as curse movies, as the children of Elm Street are technically cursed to fight against the vengeful spirit of Freddy Krueger? See, it feels like a curse movie really needs to make the rules and the terms of the affliction clear to the audience, and set up possible loopholes that could be exploited to secure survival by our main characters. The Ringu curse, for example, gives you 7 days before you're destined to die. And there's also the possibility to pass the curse on to the next person by simply getting them to watch the tape in your place. Another example of a curse movie is Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell from 2009, a film that sees a bank loan officer cursed by a European gypsy witch, given 3 days to live in torment before she is inevitably, as the title says, dragged to hell. During the film, we explore possible solutions to the curse by looking at alternative religions and spiritual followings. And the film sets a clear time frame for the curse, 3 days to try and find a possible solution, giving the main character and the audience hope that they can probably survive this. But most importantly, it's a one-person affliction, meaning our main character is the only person who's going through all this. No other characters can see the torment they're going through. Maybe that's what makes a curse film, that it's one person against the curse, that it's an intimate experience. But what about the Final Destination series that sees a group of survivors literally go up against the curse of death coming to get them one by one? This can all get pretty confusing, but at least the Final Destination films give our characters some sort of solution. It turns out there are ways to try and avoid the curse of dying, as we saw explored in the second Final Destination film, where you can literally lock yourself away in a padded room for the rest of your life and maybe then die of old age eventually. Granted, the solutions to surviving curses in curse movies are usually not that great, But recently, the film Smile introduced the trauma curse, where you are cursed to see horrific hallucinations and preyed on by a psychic demon until you are forced to ride the sewer slide and pass the curse on to the witness. And even that film gives the characters loopholes and solutions to try and avoid the curse. I'm not going to spoil anything for you because the implications of survival are also terrible, like they have been in all of these films, but there are solutions, there are ways to avoid the inevitability of the horrific curse. So I think that might be what makes a curse film a curse film. You give the characters rules and a time limit if needed, and then you introduce possible loopholes and survival options, which, as we've just gone through, are usually not very good solutions and are usually fates worse than death. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below, what are some of your favorite curse horror movies? And if you made it this far in the video, make sure to subscribe. And remember to keep being spooky, keep being creative, and remember to send this video to someone else, share it to someone else, or I will come to get you. I will curse you and your bloodline for the rest of your natural born life, and I will not stop until I have feasted upon your innards and your diseased heart. See you next time.